Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Speed Force Racing. My name is JB, and with me, my Hungarian counterpart, it's Peter.
Good evening.
I didn't tell him I was going to do that.
Yeah, that was funny. How you doing, buddy?
I'm alright, how are you?
Oh, pretty fine, thank you.
Well, shall we just do a quick review of last race? Last race, it seemed like an age ago, doesn't it, from Singapore?
It does, yeah. It was long as well, and then, well, yeah, it's been like almost a week.
It feels like an age ago, and obviously last race was the big shake-up as Odom's winning streak was destroyed as Marquez finished second to Noak, who isn't here tonight.
Yes,
it's a bit of a shock, isn't it?
It is for me too, yeah, but
I mean, he has the potential to win this championship. If he misses a few more races, then, well, we know Josh Fletcher isn't going to stay in second as he's leaving for 2 weeks. Come next week, and
if you check the lobby, then there's no sign of either Odems or Marquez. So
yeah, I have been given strict instructions by the admin team that we're waiting on Honey Badger, who is now in here, and we're waiting on Marquez himself to come in.
Okay, so he's going to join.
Yeah, he's going to join. But if we just look at the standings, Noak, who's not attending this race tonight, is on 213. Joshua Fletcher, who is attending this race tonight, is on 197. And Marquez in third, who lost his winning streak, as I've mentioned a few times, is on 143. That's the top three of the championship right now. It's going to get dicey come the end of the season, isn't it?
It will, yeah. It's going to be funny. Like, 6 races left, and Malaysia, like a potential win for Marquez, but when you're running in the lead and you're having such a lead, like 20 seconds, you just lose concentration, and then there you go.
Well, to be honest, last season was the first time that we became teammates, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
And you went on to finish second, if we remember correctly.
Yes, I went on to finish second, and if I remember correctly, you finished last.
I didn't finish at all. No, I crashed in that session, as everyone goes red. I crashed to become into my future teammate Chopper.
Yes.
Now, what happened at the double left-hander? I got pushed out onto the grass, thinking I was smart, and I ended up spinning across him. I don't know how I didn't take Chopper with me, but I span across him and yelled so loudly that I actually got hit back from the sound waves off my telly and hit the bed.
Yeah, I remember that. I saw the video, and yeah, you just ran wide, and yeah, that was.
I don't know. I just lost all traction, and the thing is, I was on full traction back then. I don't know what happened there.
Well, the slippery grass maybe caught you off guard.
Well, okay, Marquez is in the lobby, and it's about past, so shall we hit spectate and let's see what happens?
Yeah, so who do you think is gonna get onto the podium?
Oh,
big question.
Tell you what,
a lot of drivers missing.
It is. We have a fair few drivers missing, as the fact that we only have 13 drivers tonight versus our usual 20. It's an open game. We could see Gamey Things, who's had some incredible pace, but not so much good luck recently, get up there today. I think a top 5 finish is possibly in the books for him.
Definitely. Well, my favourite pick for a podium finish, a surprise podium finish, is DTR Maze.
He could have some pace around here. This could be interesting. Though, shall we talk about the track?
Oh, I really love Malaysia, and I'm so sad they got it off the calendar, because, yeah, I think it's such a nice track.
I'll tell you what, though, I don't enjoy it as much as I probably should. On the previous F1 games, as the F1 games went on, I used to love it, and I just slowly grew to hate it. I didn't enjoy it as much. Maybe because, like, back then it was always the third race of the season. It was the one that I didn't do the best at.
Oh, yeah. Like, since they put it back down here, they switched it with Sochi, I think.
Yeah.
And, like, it hyped up the whole season. Like, Malaysia, weather always comes into play, and that's what I love about this track.
Occasionally a Mercedes engine blows up and you hear a very angry British driver.
Yeah,
Not naming
that
any
could happen
names.
as well. Yeah, that could happen as well.
Wasn't it? No, it was China. Not I don't know what I'm on about. I was going to bring up Red Bull's first win, but no, that was China. Was this?
That
This
was
wasn't
China.
multi 21, was it?
It was multi 21
Oh, it
between
was multi 21.
someone and someone.
Yes, between an Australian and what nationality
German.
is him? We don't forget. But yes, Malaysia, as it mentioned, is a circuit that can be wet, dry, or anything in between. And right now, it's very sunny.
Yes, it is, and don't forget, the sun comes down. So actually, we are doing the qualifying session in sunset, which blinds you when you're going down the main straight.
It definitely does. Just something we need to bring up a little bit of admin right now. S. Graham and Yuzi both have qualifying bans. S. Graham not here tonight, so not able to serve his. He'll serve it at the next race he attends. Yuzi here tonight. He'll probably serve his today, or he'll get a ticket. But yeah, it's a dark. It's much like Australia coming into qualifying. It's dark. You get blinded at certain corners, and that's not good for the drivers. Even though it's on a game, it's still not good.
It is really hard. Yeah, especially the first corner. Like you run 320 kilometers an hour, and you try to slow down around like past the 100-meter board, and yeah, a lot of times you miss it.
You definitely are. I'm just
You
looking
miss
at the
your breaking
McLarens
point.
coming out in line astern. I'm just going to show
Yeah.
off Lee Nell's new, very nice looking helmet, courtesy
I
of
really
myself.
like that helmet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everyone
Actually,
likes
I
that
really
helmet.
like it.
It's a nice looking helmet. I'll tell you what, it took me
It
an
is.
age to get ready, and Josh Fletcher still running that pink one, even though he demanded to have a new helmet after he saw Lee's.
But look
but
at the
Alan
pink
Kay,
helmet.
Alan Kay is the first driver on track, the Irishman in the Toro Rosso.
Alan Kay, let's talk about him.
Yeah, he's a good driver, isn't he? He's a solid driver. He's been getting points, I think, a few times the few races. Oh, drive for both sessions apparently.
Yes. And yeah, I really like his driving style and racecraft. Very clean. And also, yeah, as you mentioned, he's very quick.
Alan Kay is one of those drivers that he comes in. He's very quiet. He doesn't put much in the chat or anything. He likes to keep himself to himself, much like myself. But unlike me, he was able to keep the car in a straight line around this track.
Yes. I really like you as well. Like your driving style, your pace.
Oh yeah, now you're just trying to make me blush.
Everything was flawless, mate.
Except
Don't
for
worry about
Japan
it.
and Malaysia, my only two DNFs, apart from the time that I disconnected in Bahrain this season.
Yeah, but yeah, you finished in the twice.
Last
That's a really
season.
good
Shall we just mention that was last season?
No, I wasn't going to mention that.
Just coming up to the bit where I crashed out now on Alan Kay. I slipped over that wall, still got a bit of Red Bull in it.
Yeah, it does.
It's all because you got the new front wing and I
Hopefully.
didn't.
Yeah, hopefully no one crashes out.
Oh, hopefully not. But that corner that we just saw Alan Kay go through, much like not Malaysia, it is Malaysia, but much like Austria, turn 3, and I don't know the turn number, but America, the hairpin as you head on to where Verstappen questionably got penalised. Truthfully, he did needed to be penalised at that point. If you plant the power too early, you're just going to spin up the tyres and spin.
A very, very off-camber corner. The left-hander, and if you are talking about this left-hander.
Yes, I am
After
talking
the end
about
of
that
the straight,
left-hander.
yeah.
The end of it after the double right-handers.
Yes, I know, yeah.
Or
So yeah,
133.
a good lap, yeah. So
Solid.
It is a very tricky
believe
corner.
That's gamey
Like,
things there. Yeah, it is a tricky corner. And do you know what? Oh, gamey things currently takes provisional pole on the soft tyres.
Whoa.
Top man,
Gamey.
gamey. Top man indeed.
And top that on the softs. Top that.
Yeah, it's a good lap. I think Lee Nell is the next driver across. Yes, he is. That would make, I think, Josh Fletcher, who I don't think he's going to say. Oh, Techno. Techno takes pole in the Ferrari right now. I think Josh Fletcher is teasing us for a bit right now. No, oh, no, he's actually going to set the lap.
Yeah, yeah.
He has. Or he's doing it slowly.
Didn't he say he's going to start from the back?
He said that to us. Now, whether we convinced him not to, I don't know.
Let's hope we did.
Could see a good fight for the win today. We haven't seen Marquez come out yet. He's on the super soft tyres from what we can see. Oh, Chopper has got front wing damage.
Oh, that's not really good.
Now, if you could do me a favour, just look at the race director to see if there's been any contact. I didn't see any grid penalties pop up.
Okay.
The Gort! Wow! The Gort is just taking provisional pole position.
Oh, look at that!
That's quite. I tell you what, that's quite a difference there, isn't it? What is that? 4 tenths?
7 it is.
7 tenths. I can't. It's too hot to do numbers.
Almost 8. Hey, don't worry.
Yuzi has retired. I believe that's just down to his
penalty.
His quali ban. Yeah, and that is good that he served it. It looks like he did a demo run to make sure the car was all working, which I believe is okay. I'm just following on board with Ollie P, the reserve driver in the Ferrari, filling in for T. Jonas tonight.
Fletcher.
What's happened there?
Oh, and he was on a good lap, and then he just backed off. Stopped, actually.
Yeah, he's teasing us. Look at that. See, now, you shouldn't really be doing that on a live racetrack, mate, but you know.
Oh, you know, he improved, so...
It's all okay, he improved. As Ollie P comes down the second DRS straight. I was about to ask if they'd put a third DRS straight in the 2018 season, but they aren't, because this track is no longer in use in Formula 1.
Yes, they aren't. I'm so sad. About the whole fact that they're not doing this race anymore.
I think, didn't they say Ollie P taking 3rd place on the soft tyres as well? Wow, the soft tyres seem to be having some pace tonight.
Yeah, they are, and pretty cool. Like, he's beating Gamey's time, which is...
Just good gaming now on the super soft tyres. So he did the initial run on the soft tyres, deciding that he's not going to make it into the top 3 on those tyres, so he switched it up.
Probably, yeah. But isn't Gamey in the pits now?
Gamey is currently in the pits, yeah. As we get ready for about the final runs. But 2 drivers who are currently out, which is Smelly Badger and TTL Maze, who are going for a slightly different strategy. I think they're going for trying to get for a couple of laps in when everyone else is in the pits.
Yeah, probably the one run, which is not always the
Ollie
best,
P is on track as well, but he might be on and in lap.
And Fletcher is on track as well.
Yeah, not sure what he's up to over there. The McLaren number 6.
Having fun. No, he's coming into the pits. Ollie P. I think that's a cool-down lap for Ollie P.
Yeah, he did a fantastic lap in his first one as we watched TTL Maze start his lap. The Soul Red Bull tonight as Blood and Sands' controller decided that it didn't want to work last race. And I see Smelly Badger getting ready.
I think May's going to be on provisional pole.
Ooh, you're thinking that. Maze has got some pace, as proven by last season. Shall we see?
This season as well.
Oh yes, I haven't obviously I haven't taken much notice of it. No, I'm joking. I've looked at him quite a lot, and he has got some serious pace, and I think it should be interesting. I can't remember what happened to him at Singapore. I think he had a solid points finish, didn't he?
Oh, that's a good question.
Stretching your brain.
I don't know. I can check it.
Yeah, okay. I've got the stream over my phone, so just in case someone puts anything in the chat.
Okay.
So I can't right now.
It. Do you know anything about the weather, though?
Yes, I got a message from our resident weatherman, SFR Chopper, and he said dry in both sessions.
That's cool.
Definitely is. Honey Badger out on track as well. So both of the Williams is out on track, and Marquez still not making an appearance in his Sauber, the Soul Sauber tonight, or is he in the Toro Rosso? No, he's in the Sauber, isn't he?
Maze finished 9th.
9th. So that's 2 points to his name. That's a good job. It's better than we ever did.
Yeah,
well, I ever did.
Thanks, Lee.
Go, Mays rounding. People coming out the pits, so this could be difficult if Mays goes for another lap. But here we go. Second.
No.
Not good
pole, but
enough to
second.
beat the Gort in the Ferrari. In the Mercedes, sorry.
Tell you what, the Gort is really impressive this season.
Definitely is. And look at that. Smelly Badger beating out the McLaren and the Force India.
Yes.
Williams seem to have some pace.
Better. Yeah, so as we coming to the back end of the season, who's impressed you the most? Like, as a rookie in this league?
The Gort has had some fantastic results for him. I remember, I believe he was on the podium or 4th at Silverstone, which was brilliant for him. I'd like to say that I would have beaten him if I had been there. If I hadn't have decided that I liked the wall at the old pit straight a little bit more. But no, he has done fantastic in what I've seen. I've actually been commentating on another league that he's been in as well, and he impresses me in both leagues. So I've got to say, right now, it's the Gort.
And actually, the one man who stands out for me, except the Gort, is JP von Hamilton.
Hamilton, yes. Hamilton hasn't joined us tonight. I believe he's travelling for work. So
yes, he's travelling.
Yeah. So hopefully he can rejoin us in Singapore and not Singapore, in Suzuka. That's the right one.
Yeah.
Go over to Suzuka and see what we can do in that track, which I love but also hate.
That's like Owen. Smelly's on a good lap. He's third.
Is he now? Well done, Smelly Badger. I've been following his teammate, the other Badger on the grid. Just seeing what he can do. I tell you what, this could be a Williams 3-4, but I tell you, Honey's lap's been very scruffy, making a lot of mistakes. So I think...
Sliding around.
Yeah, his back end isn't as nailed again. Locking up into a few corners as Fletcher Boy retires in 9th place. So we've got Chopper, Marquez and Honey Badger still set to do laps. And Ollie P thinks he's done enough in 5th, or thinks he can't go quicker, on those soft tyres. Well done to him.
If you remember my first race, you commentated
on.
Oh!
Sorry, Honey Badger's in the pits.
Oh, yeah. What about Marquez?
Oh, his back end doesn't look like it's enjoying itself.
So if you remember the first race you commentated, like my first race you commentated, it was in Australia. Do you remember that one?
Australia. Oh, yes, in that other league, yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Lee Nell has left the session.
Oh, what happened there?
Oh, Marquez making a big mistake taking to the grass, but SFR Chopper goes second. Well done to my previous teammate. Marquez, I think he's pulling off. He's pulled off a lap. No time. He's pulled off a lap. He knows this is a topsy-turvy grid here in Malaysia. As Lee Nell rejoins.
My goodness. Now, Alan K is on a lap.
Alan K, yeah.
Techno is on a lap. He's 2 tenths up. The Gort has backed off, so Techno and Alan K.
Yeah, okay, Alan K I think he's got Techno ahead of him right now. So I'm going to take a look to the timing board as we were staying on board with Alan K. Is Techno going to move from 5th position to beat anyone? He does, he's beat Smelly Badger.
And Alan K?
No!
He stays there.
So that's it for qualifying here in Malaysia, and the Gort in the Mercedes takes pole ahead of SFR Chopper.
Did you expect that?
I did not, and I mentioned him. He must have got a boost from me mentioning him, but I tell you what, the Gort, his teammate's usually on pole. He's just stamped it on. Hey, I'm as quick as Noack. Well.
Yeah, he showed it off.
He definitely has. As we take another shot at the pit lane, the grid now for this race is the Gort on pole with SFR Chopper in 2nd, Mays in 3rd, and Techno in 4th. Smelly Badger and Ollie P in 5th and 6th, Alan K in 7th, Lee Nell in 8th. Hopefully he can start in that position, though he left the session and rejoined. Gamey Things in 3rd, Fletcher Boy in 10th, Marquez not getting a lap in, Honey Badger not getting a lap in, and Yuzi with his qualifying ban.
I think like, what's the most fair about this? Novak is not being here. Is Fletcher and Marquez is not taking laps. Actually, not doing real qualifying laps, and I think that's fair play. Really, really fair from them.
I tell you what, though, they're going to have some fun fighting for the back, aren't they? Because this could be, right, if Fletcher Boy is able to fend off Marquez and get up to first, not saying anything about getting through the other drivers, if he gets up to first, Fletch can take the championship lead before he goes off on his holiday for 2 weeks.
Yeah, and he might be thinking about, like, okay, I'm not doing the holiday thing. I'm racing.
There's confirmation on the grid there for Gort. I think that's his maiden pole position.
I think yes.
And look at that tiniest gap. And SFR Chopper, I'm not sure if that's his first front row start, but I know it's his first front row start this season. It's just fantastic.
Actually,
look at that.
I think he started alongside me in Russia from P2 last season. If I'm correct, but I'm not sure.
Well, that was all before my time, right there.
Yes, it was. 31.8 and 31.8.
It's insane.
Those are the best times.
Oh, the race is going to get interesting.
It's gonna be fun.
Definitely is. Make sure I skip that. And oh, there was cars in the pit lane for a moment.
Did you see that?
Quality games since 2010.
Well, that came out of nowhere.
Randy Orton.
If you remember that.
Yeah. Gonna press. There we go. On board with Lee Nell actually right now. I pressed my R1, so on board with Lee Nell on the grid, starting in 8th position, head of his teammate. Now, is there going to be team orders here? Is Lee gonna let Fletch through and then try and defend Marquez? Or is Fletch just going to say, okay, I'll defend Marquez, you go off in the distance?
I don't think that's going to happen. Actually, I think what's going to happen is like it's all going to be decided in the first corner. Who gets off better?
Definitely is. I tell you what.
If you take a look at those clouds, then look at them. They're not really like
It's
white.
very cloudy, yes. We could see
kinda
a
like-
few spots of rain. Maybe the session has changed. It's in the loading screen. That can happen in this game. The weather is a lot less predictable than on 2016, so we'll see what can happen.
I really like this about this game, though. The unpredictability is pretty high.
Definitely is. I tell you what, your pick TTL Maze starting in 3rd position. Look at that.
That was a good pick, wasn't
It
it?
definitely was. But look at this lot. It's
What
going to
a
be a
goal.
fantastic battle with this lot.
I'm just hoping for no crashes.
Well, you know that if I see a retirement, unless I'm watching an intense battle, I'm going to try my hardest to take a look at them. But look at Chopper. He's full on backing everyone up. And as Ollie P gets disqualified from the session from contact with Techno Thriller, it looks like Chopper's just trying to back them up just a little bit to make the Gort's tyres just that little bit colder coming into the first lap.
Now he's coming up to the back of him.
Yeah, the Gort knowing his tactics, but this is going to be... Oh, I tell you what, I'm suddenly even more excited if that's at all possible. Oh, this is going to be fantastic. So just to run through the grid, before we go to lights out, we have the Gort starting on pole position, SFR Chopper in 2nd, TTL Maze in 3rd, Techno in 4th, Smelly Badger in 5th, Ollie P in 6th, Alan K in 7th, Lee Nell in 8th, Gamey Things in 9th, Fletcher Boy in 10th, VSR Marquez in 11th, Honey Badger in 12th, and Yuzi backing up the end of the grid due to his qualifying ban. Oh,
Actually, I'm really excited.
this is going to be fantastic. This is going to show the slower drivers that with the championship leaders starting behind them, is going to show them that they can battle. They're all lined up now. I believe they're all lined up.
I think everyone is lined up.
Yeah, we've got a green flag and a missing grid slot though.
No. Look at look at the
What's happening?
Fletcher Marquez and Honey Badger just coming around the final corner.
Okay, so everyone
What are
else's
they
tyres are
doing?
bone dead cold now as they pull onto the grid. So this is going to be a 13 car scrap for 28 laps here at Sepang. Oh, let's go racing. 1 light, 2 light, 3 lights and 4. That's 5. Lights are out and away we go, and look at the Gort start. Fantastic start from the Gort. SFR Chopper trying to defend from Techno Thriller and Maze. Techno Thriller pulling a Kimi Raikkonen, pulling between the two cars. A little bit of contact with Maze, but he goes round the outside, goes Chopper. And Maze holding position. No major contact from what I can see. Gaming Things losing out 2 positions so far. What has happened as Marquez is in 5th?
Oh man, I think there was contact between the number 12 McLaren. I think that was
12 McLaren. They only have 72 and number 6 at this point as TTL Maze takes 2nd place and Chopper's spinning, and that's his wing gone. The man who started in 2nd place on lap 1 with wing damage going to jump back up now to VSR Marquez, who started pretty much plumb dead last, and he's in 4th position in, what is that, 4 corners? Sector 2, Honey Badger. And Honey Badger, he span around by the looks of it. Now Techno Thriller is in 3rd position, fighting Marquez as there's a load more battles by the looks of it. Fletcher Boy's had a spin too, as Techno Thriller makes a mistake. Oh, gentlemen, calm down. And whoa, Techno Thriller's going to get passed by the Ollie P at this rate.
Almost. He ran into the back of him.
Look at that. Ollie P now going to go on board with him as he's got to attack and defend from Gaming Things. And you know what? This is just playing into the Gort's hand. The Gort's going away from it, as trying to defend, trying to get away from Maze as Techno outbreaks himself and heads towards the pit lane.
So when Fletcher lost front wing.
Techno's in the pits.
And Fletcher's in the pits. Techno's in the pits.
Chopper's in the pits too. Oh no, that's disaster for those 3. And tell you what, that could spark the end.
3 major contenders.
That could spark the end of Josh's titleship right there, his title contendership. As Yuzi now fights off Alan Kay. Alan Kay passes him, and they've got Honey Badger who span around on lap 1, who's now in 10th position. He's going to go for a dive bomb on Yuzi, who starts on the medium tyres versus everyone else who I think are on the softer compounds. Alan Kay going wide. Oh my god, they're not going to stop, are they?
No, they're not gonna. And Uzi come out of this really, really well.
It definitely
he stands
has.
on the mediums.
He is in a good position. Going to put up the tyres now. And so, everyone from 10th down.
Awesome run.
Look at that. Pulls into this corner here. Fantastic. Clinical move there from the Dutchman. So we move up. I'm going to have a nose at his teammate, the other Williams, who's trying to pass Lee Nell. Lee Nell seemed to have had a bad first lap.
And Marquez is closing on Maze, and Maze is closing in on the Gort.
I'll tell you what, the Gort's going to have a real job to having to hold off from all of these guys. As Sector 2, there's been an issue. I believe that's SFR Chopper.
Chopper, another front ring.
Oh no, the Haas budget. Have they got McLaren's budget from Austria? As we see now, lap 3, DRS has been enabled. Obviously not on this time round, as the detection zone's quite far back. But Lienel has got a run on Gaming Things now. Going to go on board him with a bright orange helmet. Thank you very much, JB, for making that helmet. You're welcome. Look at this.
Look at that run.
McLaren Honda versus Pink Force India. Gaming knowing how to defend. Double lockup from Lee. All perfectly clean.
And that was a beautiful move.
Look at that. And Smelly Badger may just be able to follow him through. Let's go on board with Smelly. Or dangerously close to the grass there.
That was lovely. And Lee ran wide.
Making mistake into the JB Benz, as we nicknamed them, as I'm awful around this corner. Nailing them, says Smelly Badger. I can nail them better than you. And if he can get the run on Gamey. But Marquez is now going to fight off Maze. Shall we pop up and have a look at them?
I think that's going to be just a simple move from Marquez.
He definitely is.
So fast. Oh, actually he ran wide this time.
Marquez seems
This
to not
corner
be as
right here.
confident through this track as any other track. And I've never seen
Yeah,
this
that's
from
what-
Marquez.
And that's really sad for
Oh,
Nowak.
sorry to cut you off there, mate. Smelly Badger has got an amazing run on Gaming Things. DRS in operation. Pulls to the inside, heading towards the hairpin. Still DRS on both. Softer compound tyres, though, taking effect. And it's just a simple move
Look
at
at the
that point.
switchback. The game is gonna come back on the switchback move.
We're going to have to interrupt you as Marquez goes for a move. On Maze. Red Bull versus Sauber. I'll tell you what, the Sauber takes it out. Again, the Alfa Romeo sponsorship not on the car, but the engine's definitely in there.
So what I was trying to say is,
I'll tell you what,
Nowak
sorry,
is
I'm going to have to interrupt you
unfortunate.
again, because Gamey thinks he just had to break in a straight line, and Smelly Badger has an issue. But Honey Badger just slices straight through.
He
Cut
just
out.
came out of nowhere.
Straight out of nowhere. Williams,
Ooh,
that was
Honey
going to be
Badger.
Williams on Williams right now, as Mays tries to fight on and get to second place again from Marquez. I tell you what, Mays isn't being dropped by Marquez, but Marquez is going to go longer than any of these top 4 guys.
Oh, and Honey Badger, really close.
Oh, he must be frustrated
Are we
after
gonna
that
see
spin.
team orders here? Are we gonna see team orders?
It could be interesting. We know Williams do not normally do team orders in F1, but we shall see. I think Smelly Badger is going to say, no, I want you to pass me fair and square. And by the looks of it, he's doing that.
Yeah, and that's good.
Look at that. Okay, into this corner. This corner's difficult as Smelly
Ooh,
Badger
Smelly
starts to
Badger lost
spin.
it.
Oh, that's going to be bitterly disappointing. And he won't even have DRS.
Yeah, Honey Badger just pulled it off. The pressure was mounting on Smelly Badger actually, and he just lost it.
Marquez for
Look at
Sauber
Marquez.
goes fastest. He's just eating away the Mercedes gap. And the Gort, I'm sorry, mate, but it might look like your days are numbered in pole position right now.
Yeah, but tell you what, to have pole position in this league, it's something.
I think the thing that makes it better is that he got pole position in this league and Marquez at full speed couldn't get a lap in. Not from time,
Yes.
from that he messed his lap up is fantastic from the Gort side, and just disappointing from Marquez's side. He always wants to be the best everywhere. He wants victories at every circuit. And this he wants pole position and victories at every circuit, and it seems that this circuit has just defeated him in the pole positions race.
But don't
Sector
you?
2, Honey Badger's
Like-
gone.
Honey Badger's gone.
He's in the
Ooh, and
gravel.
he's gone really. He's really gone.
No damage though. He looks like he must have span. Oh, he has to be careful that cars
Yeah.
rejoining the track. He must have span it, as Marquez is under a second now away from the lead.
I think the back end just went away, and that's what happened.
This
So,
track has
yeah,
got major elevation changes.
Yeah, the angulation is really high.
Definitely is.
Let's talk about Marquez, like very quick driver and a very good driver, and we all know that.
Definitely
But
is.
don't
And
you
something interesting there. I don't know if it was just me, but he held it in 7th gear, not getting close to the Gort yet.
Yeah, well, I was not looking at this.
He's still holding it out. He only just shifts up to 8th gear a little bit later. So he's fuel saving into lap 1 by the looks of it. Into turn 1 even. But look at that. Marquez is a fantastic driver, as we were just saying. He is going to go far in this league. And I'll tell you what, if he'd come in, still realistically, he could win the championship. But it would
I
take...
think next season.
Yeah, I think next season, when the league splits, I think it's pretty much confirmed that the league will split.
Spun it.
That's Chopper.
Oh, Chopper.
Believe blue flags in operation for poor Chopper. Not having a fun time this race. Just going to keep an eye on Alan Kay as well. Sector 2 flags. I think
Ooh,
that's
yellow.
Chopper. Just getting out of the way of drivers.
Yeah, he's just parking there. Marquez,
Oh.
3-second time penalty.
I tell you what, I think that's the first time penalty. So you can tell he's pushing. Look at how much more confident he is on the brakes. There's lap 6 here
Chopper.
in Malaysia.
Oh, Chopper, really
Chopper.
unfortunate. I think he
Oh,
was just
no.
trying to get out of the way of people, and
Yeah, you got to
got
keep
disqualified.
driving, guys. And I tell you what, I don't know. That's going to be
Marquez.
Marquez, your back end, mate. It's not really there, is it? As Alan Kay, no, Yuzi passes. Honey Badger passes Yuzi after his earlier spin, but I don't know. I think the stewards might have to look at Chopper, because that disqualification may not require any penalised points on our end, because it may not actually be a disqualification in their eyes. But here we go.
Yeah, but what can
Begort
you
is
do?
going defensive against the Sauber driver. Is he going to chuck it down the inside like Daniel Ricciardo? He pulls to the inside and he
Yes.
does. He licks the stamp and he sent it, but has he gone deep enough? No, he hasn't. He gets a stop, but he
No, it
parks on
was
the apex.
perfect.
And
was
Smelly
perfect.
Badger and Lee Nell pit. And I'll
I
tell
think
you
that's a
what.
scheduled stop.
Yeah, and here
Ooh, and
comes
Alan
Alan
Kay.
Kay on Gamey Things. Pushing
Good move.
Gamey out of the top
Gamey stays
5.
inside.
Does he now? Oh, he does. The Force India staying where he needs.
A lot better run, though.
Tell you what, the Gamey is no pushover, and I'll tell you what, this season in Force India seems to suit him, that car, as he goes to have a look down the inside, and he does pass again the Toro Rosso. The Irishman's not having any of that. Are they going to try and go 2x2 through here?
Actually, no.
No, they don't. You don't want to. You just get spat out wide of that corner. Alan Kay, he's confident in the first sector. I don't think I've seen him go through the second sector as happily as he would like to be. Gamey just seems to have an all-round car. And the Gort is staying with Marquez. Or staying as close as he can to Marquez. He's not being dropped massively.
Well, but take a look at the tyre difference.
It is going to play into Marquez's hand. But it could also mean that the Gort gets an undercut on him once he comes into the pits.
Yeah, the interesting thing about this, and the question is, will the Gort be able to run faster than Marquez during the period when Marquez is leading on the soft tires and the Gort is coming in and driving on fresher tires?
It could be difficult for him. We know the Gort's not a pushover. None of the drivers in this league are pushovers as Alan Kay comes into the pits. But Marquez is
An interesting
insanely
thing.
quick.
But one more question.
Yes.
Are they doing the one stop or the two stop?
That is something
Because-
we don't know strategy, or at least I don't know strategy around here.
Well, you can do the one stop and the two stop. And I think that's it.
Definitely has as Honey Badger
But,
and Alan Kay joins them in the pits. The soft tyres seem to be wearing out a little bit quicker than they like. As Smelly Badger
Marquez is
tries
in a
to
lot
close
better
up.
position.
And
Like
I'll tell you
Marquez
what,
is leading.
Techno has just had a massive lockup and has given Smelly Badger such a run on him. But can he just capitalise on that as his back end seems to be slippy?
Actually, yes.
Look at that. Oh, that was... I tell you what, I don't think that was a move that was planned there from the Williams side of things.
It definitely wasn't, I think.
I think that's he missed his braking point and just tried to go down the inside. I had a similar incident with Blood and Sands as Techno gets a 3-second
Techno.
time penalty. But I had a similar incident with Blood and
Look at
Sands.
Fletcher boy.
Oh, yes. Fletch is very close to them now. He's not going to be happy that he's stuck behind these guys. He loves racing in this league, and he hasn't been doing much of it recently as he's been in third, but he should get some good racing in today.
Do you think Fletcher is capable of pulling out the podium?
I think it'd be fantastic. I think it was definitely possible coming into this race, but that damage on lap 1, if he does that, he's doing something that I did in Austria last season.
I remember that. Actually, I commentated.
Yeah, that's my first ever podium, and it was my first ever league race. As Smelly Badger goes for a dive bomb, he's full on Daniel Ricciardoing. He's muscling his way through. If he can keep that back end in check, he can do it.
That's
Here
gonna
comes
help.
Fletcher boy now. I like a
That's gonna help
rocket.
Fletcher boy.
Pink
Just
helmet.
getting behind the slipstream.
Yeah, follow Fletch through as he
Down the
tries.
inside. Beautiful.
Danny Rick.
Textbook move.
Absolutely, as Smelly Badger hits his back end just a little, not enough to cause damage, I don't think, on the Williams side of things. That Williams' back end is not really there on either car, is it?
No, definitely not.
No, it definitely... Tell you what though, Smelly Badger, he's very confident on the brakes from some of the moves we've seen.
Yes, I have to agree.
And look at that, Techno making a mistake, Smelly making a little bit more of a mistake. But, oh, that's damage! McLaren
Fletcher.
parts goes everywhere as he loses traction and has to take to the grass and a runoff. Now,
No, that's
Smelly
it.
Badger,
That's all she wrote.
Yeah, that is all she wrote there, because Smelly Badger, the Williams can smell blood in the water. He can smell that McLaren is wounded, even more than the engine would give it, seeing as it is a Honda. As TTL Mays takes to the pits. Oh, well done.
When he's really slowly into the pits, actually.
I know we've been using the onboard camera a lot this race, but this is fantastic to see just where he's just trying to go different zones. Alan Kay getting passed by Honey Badger in the background.
What do you think that's worth a penalty from Techno's side?
What it looked like a little bit of a brake test.
Brake check, yeah.
Yeah, that's it. I didn't see it from Fletcher's side. I actually saw it from Honey Badger's side. Not Honey Badger, Smelly Badger's side. I saw it from
Fletcher's side, and well,
I hope you're recording.
No, I'm not.
Well, quickly hit share and then and save the clip because it'll be in there.
Yeah, I think he will upload it, and if he does appeal, then
he definitely is. And you tell you what, viability, he's going to have to drive the rest of the stint with it or convert to a two-stop as Smelly Badger destroys him.
Badger just easily. So what I was seeing and what I saw there was
look at that. Sorry, Techno's just suddenly really slow off those corners. He pulls to the inside to defend from Smelly Badger. Smelly Badger tries the outside, goes for the switchback. That is... Oh! Ow! That Ferrari didn't look happy there.
And I was not... The GOAT is in the pits, but I wasn't happy at all after this. And if I were Techno, I would definitely appeal that. Like, okay, I missed my braking point, and now Honey Badger is doing the same.
Smelly Badger.
But,
Honey Badger.
My braking point, but
Honey's weaving in a straight line. He's not happy. I think he's not happy with the previous champion. Seems to be weaving a bit on the straights. I'm not sure what's happening. A lot of drivers being a little bit complacent tonight. As Ollie P in second place. He seems to be having a good race.
Ollie P, man. So the GOAT is definitely doing a one-stop, just like Mays is doing a one-stop. I think those two are going to fight for podium, for P2 actually. And Ollie P might get into this later. But tell you what, if the GOAT or Mays can pull out the podium, or actually Ollie P, that would be absolutely awesome.
That'd be brilliant to see if they're going to join us as your podium interviews tonight are done by me. For once in my life, I've got to do the podium interviews. We're going to do them alternating weeks.
Yeah, we agreed.
Look at that. Just from what I saw there, Fletch got past as Marquez goes into the pits. Race leader in the pits. Where's Ollie P?
Ollie P is going to take over the lead. Definitely.
He definitely is. Now, is he going to pit next lap to respond to Marquez?
I don't think he needs to. He's not racing with Marquez. None of those drivers racing with Marquez. Marquez is racing with himself, actually. Just like in MotoGP.
Marquez goes for the one-stop as well, putting on fresh, medium tyres.
And I think that's going to run till the end. Definitely.
And now the GOAT, he's not 33 seconds behind. Need that to update. Because he's 29 seconds behind.
No,
23 seconds behind. 12 seconds behind.
12! Whoa!
Techno Thriller, he's side by side by the looks of it with Fletcher Boy. He's not happy. That Ferrari does not look very happy in a straight line, does it?
Fletcher Boy got front of Techno. What happened?
Here we go.
Oh, I know what happened.
Oh,
I know what happened.
We've got a brilliant overhead shot right now as we go around that sweeping right-hander. And Fletch is not holding any prisoners as there's contact there. Not enough for damage, though. Alan Kay.
you want them to crash, don't you?
No, I don't want them to crash. I want to see them do a good race, and I want to see Gamey Things get into fifth. As Techno Thriller, he's going to have to try an unorthodox move now on the McLaren, as the McLaren's got a little bit more straight line speed due to that broken wing as he goes right the way around the inside. And that, right there, is Josh's weak point all the way through this race. He's been struggling through that corner due to his wing damage.
Yeah, it's really a downforce required corner.
Definitely is. Gamey Things and Alan Kay having a fight. Honey Badger having a fight with his teammates still.
So it's 15 seconds between Ollie P. Oh, what happened to Marquez?
He's ghosted. He's AI'd.
What happened?
Has his controller died?
Taking...
The Gort has taken second place.
The Gort is taking... Actually, provisionally, he's in the lead.
The Gort has regained his lead. Now, it doesn't look like Marquez has... Is he in control of that car, though? No, he isn't. Because either his controller's died and he's trying to find his controller cable, because I know he's a controller user, or...
Yeah, he said he lost the analog stick last week. Like, he just slipped down on it, if you remember from last week's interview.
Oh my god.
That's why he ran into the wall.
This is major right now. Now, if you
For
can
the
keep an eye on
championship.
Marquez and see if he regains control of his car, because he could be scrambling to try and find another controller, and it could be that that controller isn't synced to his PlayStation.
Oh man.
He's definitely still in the lobby, or has Maze? Look at Maze!
He's gonna take over.
Maze can't believe his luck right now. Marquez is AI'd. Now, the question is right now, is Marquez AI to let drivers through? Which would not be sporting in the league.
No, that's not, but I don't think that's gonna happen.
I don't think that's what he's planning. As Gamey passes Fletcher boy, Fletch is driving wounded as Ollie P comes into the pits.
And Lee's gonna take over P3.
Look at this. This is... I tell you what, I know we're just seeing drivers passing a ghosting car, but this is insane. This is possibly the fastest guy we've had in Speed Force Racing at this time, getting overtaken by everyone at this rate. Marquez has got no control.
And if Honey overtakes him, I think that's it, because Honey's not gonna let him go.
No, it's not. It's Ollie P in the pits. Now, Fletcher boy on Gamey Things. Sector 3, Alan Kay is retired from the session. And that's in the wall. I think he may have just lost that on traction. As we go back to Fletcher boy and Gamey Things.
Marquez is not here.
Oh, okay. And Ollie.
That's it.
That's it. I think the Gort may have to fight for the win, but Gamey and Fletcher, as I remember their names, are fighting for themselves. Fletcher boy wearing the pink helmet, Gamey thinking, no, you're in a pink helmet, you're not going to overtake my pink car. Which is better, the pink pencil, the pink flying Indian machine, or the McLaren orange with a pink head sticking out of it?
Let me bet. I think that
Alan Kay has left the session.
Really unlucky.
Now, Marquez has not regained control of his car. I don't believe this is down to him deciding, hey, I'll let everyone else through and then fight back from 10th position because it'll be the best thing. But he did put in the chat earlier that he was going for driver of the day. Now, if he's doing that, and if he's doing this to get driver of the day to fight back to first, I don't think that should be counted.
No, definitely not.
As Honey Badger now hunts down the Ferrari. Williams versus Ferrari. Historic Formula 1 teams.
I think that's a little bit unsportsmanlike if he's doing that.
Definitely is.
To show everyone I'm that much quicker.
Yeah, in my opinion, that would... if I were the steward, I would give him a race ban for that. But I'm not the steward because I'm only a commentator. As Honey Badger pulls to the inside, looking for that room for the Ferrari. Ollie P's not going to give it up though as Honey Badger locks the inside right. Ollie P still on the outside, still holding on. Come on, Ollie P, you can hold him. Oh, it's Ferrari and a little clip there. But Ollie P stays ahead and keeps control of the car. Has Ollie P been taking lessons from Kimi Raikkonen? Oh, but Honey's not... Honey is very angry. He's not happy with that contact there between the Ferrari and the Williams. He's still close as Fletcher boy comes into the pits, finally repairing that front wing, as Marquez is going to be passed now by Gamey Things.
I don't think Marquez, if he returns, I don't think he's going to be able to
Well,
come
right
back.
now, Marquez is 22 seconds behind the leader. I've just checked. So... I don't know what's happening here.
That's too much. That's too much.
That is too much. And he's got to fight through. He's got to fight through drivers, and drivers like Honey, drivers like Ollie P, drivers like Lee, they're not going to let him through.
He's still ghosting, so
now
that's all she wrote.
Yeah. Is he so upset that he hasn't managed to retire from the session from what's happened?
I don't know.
Now, Honey Badger's going for another try on the Ferrari. This time he wants to move. Is he going to try and make the move before the first corner? No, he doesn't. He wants the DRS
No, it's
again.
important. Yeah, that's important.
Definitely is.
Sorry, I was just speaking Hungarian. Like, yeah.
It's alright.
Yeah, igen means yes.
Here we go. Here comes... Oh, Ollie P breaking late. Ollie P, look at this defensive job from him. Fantastic driver caliber from him. Defending against a very quick driver in the Williams. And Honey must be frustrated because, I tell you what, his teammate's going to start getting involved again and he's just got rid of him.
My goodness me. Honey, I think he's so frustrated now.
He's so frustrated that he must be flustered that he's struggling to get past him, or Ollie P's setup just works everywhere. Look at that. Ollie P just taking perfect lines there. And
yeah, but also look at...
they're catching up to Lee.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. Yeah, they're catching up to Lee. P3, podium.
This is insane. I just want to have a look. Marquez is now going to drop down to 10th behind Yuzi. He just has.
That's over.
Now.
Over.
It's over. He's going to be lapped soon if he continues at that pace. But I don't know what's happening. It's Honey Badger. Oh, yeah, he's definitely not happy after that. And that is a mistake. And unfortunately, Honey said that to me before. He gets flustered and he struggles when he gets flustered. Okay, here's Ollie P now on the McLaren, swapping to the guy who was just defending, who's now attacking. That was brilliant driving from Ollie P there to be able to have defended and attacked from the Williams and attacking the McLaren at the same time.
And remember, Lee is a multiple podium scorer here in SFR.
Lee knows how to drive as he locks up though. Let's have a look. He's still ahead. This is fantastic to see the laced. As Fletcher Boy gets a 3-second time penalty. he must find out Marquez is ahead of him. He's thinking, oh, I can overtake Marquez.
Maybe he can lap him as well.
This is shocking. I don't know what's happened to Marquez. I'm just looking on my phone quickly. There's nothing in the chat. So there's been no mention of what's happened to Marquez as we see Honey Badger. Oh!
Honey Badger!
No.
Awesome move, and now he pushed him wide.
That should be handed back, I think.
Well, Ollie P made a mistake, and Honey Badger had to react very quickly. Like, either I'm going to run into the back of him, or I'm going to go up the inside, and I think Honey Badger decided to, let's just go up the inside and not run into the back of him. And in the end, they just touched. I think that's okay. Kind of.
It may be looked at by the stewards. We don't know. Back on board with the Williams. Now a little bit disappointed. I did make a helmet for Honey Badger, but it seems he didn't have time to get the new helmet on the car as he passes Lee now with my new helmet on him.
Now it's really important not to let him go for Lee, because if he lets him go, then that's it for. Oh, and they touched as well.
There's a little bit of bump and scratch today. Bump and scratch Grand Prix is like watching Janetta Jr. as a smelly Badger comes into the pit, and there's a Ferrari in the background. That's Techno Thriller coming into the pits by the looks of it. Or he's gone really deep and messed up. There he's in the pits.
In the pits. On purpose, I think. Marcus is still ghosting, so actually we can have a surprise winner in the GOAT. Or maybe Honey Badger. Maybe Honey Badger, because he's on soft tires, 10 seconds away.
Question is, I'm just going to look now at the stops. They've all stopped once, except for Smelly. Marquez is back in control, I think, or he's passed. His ghost car has passed. No, he's still ghosted.
I think. Yes.
Now, this isn't impossible for Honey Badger to get into second place, but he has. We have mentioned it before. Honey Badger's quick, yes, but he's got to catch them and pass them. It's not enough just to catch them. So he's got to fight them. And it took him a while to clear Ollie P and Lienel. So imagine what these two, the Gort and TTL Maze, who are both currently sitting on podium positions, which I think coming into this week, if they were told that, they wouldn't have believed it.
Yeah, the Gort is leading the race, actually. With a bit of luck, of course. But He's leading the race.
This will be interesting for if the Gore
I mean,
can do it, because he's
Honey's
got
in
pole
the
position.
pits.
Remember,
That's
here
it.
comes
Honey's
Lee
in the
and
pits.
Honey. So they're two stopping.
Ollie P.
Ollie P back into
Ollie
third place.
P.
Stop go penalty. That's
Oh,
it.
no.
That's it. There's no way he can get unless he serves it. There's no way he can get a penalty, and it's on lap 19. We have 10 laps to go. I think that has just cost Williams a podium right there.
Yeah, Ollie P is gonna get podium.
Well, Gamey
As
Things
Fletcher gets
is now
another
in
3-second
fourth.
penalty. Marcus,
Look at that.
Marcus is back in control now.
Has he now? Okay, this is interesting. I want to know what situation happened there due to his controller either dying and trying to find a new one, or, as he
Maybe
said, 10 laps, I can overtake all of you on older tyres.
not happening. Maybe he went to the shop and bought another controller. That's why it took so long.
I mean, I did hear a story, and you probably won't believe this, from another league, where a driver was so far ahead from the league, from it, he left the session, so his car was ghosted. He went, he paused it, so his car was ghosted, went to the loo, came back, and still won the race.
Went to where?
The loo, to the toilets.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, that's the story I heard. As I'm just going to
No
sit
way.
on board with Yuzi while we're I believe
Yuzi.
yeah, look at that.
P6.
Fantastic from Yuzi in
It
that
is.
Renault. But how long has he been on these super soft tyres? There's a line of wear on the side of them.
Yes.
But he's only
Definitely,
stopped
it
once.
is.
He's only stopped once.
Oh. But he was on the mediums, remember?
Yes, that is a fair shout there, Peter.
Thank you.
He's into the pits though. So that is his sixth place. I believe he should come out a little bit ahead of Techno Thriller in ninth place. You know what? Let's have a look at Lee now. Have a look at that nice orange helmet, which is definitely not biased.
I think Marcus can get up to P8 if he's really good.
He's going for fastest laps now. So, I don't know. Techno is not going to let him through easily.
But okay,
I think there's going to have to be. I think there might have to be have to be an investigation into this, because I'm not sure what's happened.
but well, you know, you cannot rerun the race if something happens to you. I had the same issue in Brazil last season. I lost connection and I've got overtaken and I
Well,
had to do everything
yes.
again.
If you recall what happened to me at Brazil, I started in third position and I span on lap 1.
Yeah, but that was your mistake.
I know.
I mean,
and
you
there
know.
was a fair few words that were released from my mouth.
I believe he was starting in front of me.
I did, and tell you what, I was sat there and I was thinking, oh, I've got a championship in my hands right now. I could screw over my teammate, or I could really help Techno. And I'll tell you what, I think I let you
Techno
through,
crashed out.
didn't I? Or
Techno
then
crashed out.
Techno crashed out. Yes, he did. He crashed
Yeah,
out where Hamilton crashed out.
him. I was behind him and yeah, that's where he crashed out. Yeah, I was behind him and I was like, okay, where to overtake him? I think I was faster. And just all of a sudden he just ran into the wall and crashed out.
Yeah. I mean, I was having issues because I have cats, if you don't know. I love my cats.
Yeah, I know.
But I leave my cats. I normally do commentary and do the races without my cats in the room. That time, I completely misjudged time and I had her in the room. And she decided she wanted cuddles. Now, this cat is particularly good at turning on my PlayStation. And also turning it off. So I was trying to keep her from turning off my PlayStation, even though she wanted to have a cuddle with me. Which broke my heart. Luckily, we've all resolved it, and I love my cat again, and she loves me. There's a happy ending to the story. Yay!
Yeah. Yay! That was
We'll always bring
good
cats
story,
into the
man.
recording. But now, Lionel is closing in on Smelly Badger, and he has been for a while now. I've just been looking at him. Low-key, had him on the stream, because he's been, I think he was the closest driver at one point. It's Sector 1.
Sector 1.
Now,
That's Fletcher.
Is that Fletcher letting someone through? Or
Yes, it is. Fletcher just span out and, believe me or not, lost part of his front wing.
McLaren's budget getting even higher, even before they get the new nose for 2018.
And have you ever accepted this top 5? This season, this top 5?
I did say that I hoped that Gamey could have a good top 5, so I expected him in the top 5 coming into this event with 13
I expected
drivers.
Mays to finish on podium.
I did. You tell you what, it sounds really harsh, but I did forget about the Gort for a moment when we were all talking about the predictions. But he is doing an amazing job from Mays, who's an experienced league racer in racing and managing leagues. So he doesn't know. He knows what he's on about, and he's just he's catching. Yes, it's sector 3. I think that's Fletch having a spin again.
Yes.
But
just leave it there, buddy. Oh, and he just destroyed the DRS sign. Just park it up. Don't even bother coming into the pits. Just park it up.
Which obviously all drivers must make sure that they finish in the pit lane. As Honey Badger, you're going to swap over and see. Oh look, it's a Williams. What a surprise! As he's now behind Gamey. Now Gamey is not going to be easy to overtake. But
no, definitely not.
Is his tyres going off? Are his tyres going off?
Yes.
That seemed to be an easy move there. As Gamey comes back at him, no. Now, he did the same thing to me at Silverstone, and he knocked the wind right out of me. I could not catch him after that. But look at that. Honey, so much quicker. But Gamey, mate, you're in the top 5. Well done. After an abysmal race at Singapore, I think he'll take top 5, won't you?
Yeah. And oh my goodness.
I gotta say, and this is a slight message to Gamey Things. I still want to make your helmet pink. There you go. It's Marquez. He's finally up and caught up to sector 2. Is that Fletch again? Let's have a look this time. It is Fletch again. Now I'm not sure if that's Fletch being silly or if that's Fletch genuinely having troubles.
Well, you know, that's in some way he's like losing reputation.
Yeah,
well, doesn't he?
Fletch went from being a driver who didn't finish, I think, the first 5 races of Speed Force Racing.
Look at it, crashes out.
Yeah, there he goes.
Crashes out.
And I believe he was all on his own, so that might be some penalty points going towards himself there.
Yeah.
Now, that brings an interesting situation up to all of these drivers remaining, because now they've got to think calculatory. If they just finish this race, they'll get points. Any of them.
Yeah. Well, yes.
It's just how much now, how many points they get. As Mays, the gap between Mays and the Gort is growing. The Gort
definitely
loves this track, and I cannot wait to have a chat with him. I bet you wish you were doing interviews now.
Yes. Like, I'm talking to the same people like all weekend. All week. Like every week in and week out. I talk to Fletcher, to Marquez, actually sometimes to JP. Oh, Lee!
Oh no!
Oh, Lee!
Where's that? That's on the start-finish straight. Now, has he... He was on his own, though.
Yeah, it was definitely.
So he must have just span up the rear tyres and just span around. Oh, I want to see what happened now. I want to know what happened. I'm sure Lee will tell me later. But that is drama from both McLarens, both sides of the garage. It's just like 2018 all over again.
Yes.
It seems the Honda package not working as well as they'd hope here in Malaysia.
So, coming back to this, like, I'm talking to Marquez, to Techno, to Fletcher, to Nowak, sometimes to Honey Badger, and I think usually that's it, and sometimes to Lee.
And now the most crazy grid, and you got to remember, Ollie P is a reserve driver. Yes. A driver of that caliber, I believe, should be in a car very soon.
Definitely, but you know, all spots are gone.
Definitely are. We just got to see how we can defend against Honey Badger, who is on a charge right now. But we've got 3 laps
Well,
remaining.
Honey Badger
Is
has a
Honey
5-second penalty, you know.
a 10-second penalty though? Remember, because he had the stop go, and if you don't serve it, you get 10 seconds added.
No.
Marquez goes for a move. Goes for a move on Techno Thriller. He's just oh, that's Lee.
Back.
Techno getting him back on speed. That's an awful camera angle for me. There we go. Now drag race. Now DRS on the Haas, on the Sauber. Sorry, go through different ones. Here we go. They're not used to it being blue anymore.
That's a nice hassle.
That's a nice
Really
hassle.
nice
Oh, body slam between the customer team and the works team. No love lost though as he goes round the outside. Potential future champion, current champion. He's not giving up, is he? Look at that. He takes it
Good
back,
battle.
but only just.
Gonna go up the inside. No, back out of it. Nice racecraft. And just sells the
Whoa.
dummy and goes up the inside.
Techno's not going to have any of it though. He wants this position. P8, I don't even care. He's fighting like P8 if it's for P1.
And that's good.
Oh, look at that.
Techno seems to struggle into this corner every time.
He's quick everywhere else, but into this corner, the Ferrari just isn't there. He doesn't feel nice. The man who's running a very Senna-esque helmet is just not there. But
Well,
I've
you
got to
have to
say,
be-
look at the gap between the Gort and Mays.
I just checked it. It is brilliant.
We're just got to work out where the Gort is now for when he's we get onto the final lap, so we can see him go across the line on the final lap and then see him go across the line at the end of the race. And I believe this will be his first win in Speed Force Racing.
Yes.
He will join the ranks of Decadent and a few other drivers who have got only 1 win. I think Racing Podge as well, only having 1 win right now. But I expect so much more coming into Season 3 for the Gort.
Yeah. If the Ghost races in the GP2 league, and
I
even
believe
if
he
he
will do.
races
And I
in
think
the...
he'd be crazy if he didn't. Look at this. It's a masterclass here. Though it is done by a little bit of luck from what happened to Marquez. It's
Yeah, but let's count out Marcus, because, like, let's put it there. Marcus is on a different level to everyone else on this grid.
definitely is. But if Noah would say something different about that. But if
on this grid tonight, I mean tonight.
Yeah.
Let's just tonight.
I'd say that
So,
if
yeah.
Marquez hadn't a race tonight, the Gort probably would have had pole and probably would have had this gap a lot sooner in the race.
Yes.
Saying
But,
that, not
you know-
saying that any other driver in this league is a slouch, but the Gort tonight is especially impressive.
And yeah, he has a really good night. I really hope he can finish.
Yeah, we still have a few laps to go as he started the penultimate lap. Techno has dropped down, so Peter's prediction of having Marquez in 8th hasn't stayed strong, has it?
No. Sorry.
Now, see, Marquez has got to pass Honey Badger. Has got to pass Smelly Badger, Gamey Things, and Honey Badger. Those 3 drivers, they are going to go hell for leather on defending. They're going to be parking on every apex to make sure he doesn't pass. Just because they get to say at the end of this race, I finished in front of Marquez.
Yeah, that's a big accomplishment, to be honest.
Definitely. It'd be like saying, oh, I finished ahead of Schumacher, or I finished ahead of Valentino Rossi.
Yeah.
Or at this rate in
Or
Formula
Marc
E,
Marquez.
I finished ahead of Jean-Eric Verne at this rate.
Yeah, or Buemi or Rosenquist or someone like really impressive.
Bird. You know who I support? It's a Sam Bird. Bringing into that as the final race of the Formula E season is happening next weekend in New York. I'm definitely watching. Are you, Peter?
Yeah, I think that's a double race as well.
It is. And I tell you what, Sam Bird is only a few points behind. He can still win this championship and become the first British Formula E championship champion. But damn,
Mathematically he can, yeah.
look at this. We've gone completely from MotoGP to Formula E right now. Everyone's going to hate us.
Okay,
I will
let's
stand
get
by
back to
my
Formula
guns.
One.
I like Formula E. I like the sound they make.
I like it. I like it. Really impressive. Using kinetic energy.
I have
That's really cool.
I've just had a quote from Fletcher Boy. The reason he crashed out was mid-race he decided, I think I'm going to try no assists. So I believe he's decided that he's going to go back to Fortnite for a bit, as Honey Badger has closed the gap now to Ollie P.
Can you say that to leave that to me? Can you message him that? Because he was saying he's going to lap me twice using no assists.
Well, shall we get the timestamp of what that was on the stream? Right, Marquez is in 7th place behind the teammate of the guy who's currently on stream right now, Smelly Badger, and he's
look at the
close,
Gort.
but
Sorry.
the Gort, he's starting the final lap now.
He's finishing the final lap now,
He's finishing the final lap. I stand corrected as he comes across the line to win for the first time ever in Speed Force Racing. Congratulations, Ollie P. Though,
congratulations,
Ollie P. A few more laps would have had 2nd place. As TTL Maze in the Red Bull returns to the podium, just like last year, the Red Bull finishes in 2nd place. Ollie P, a reserve driver, in 3rd. Honey Badger in 4th. Gamey things.
Marquez. Oh, that was. Oh. Marquez. A really bad move.
He's letting through, though. He's letting through. That's all that matters there. As Techno Thriller comes in 8th. That is a topsy-turvy grid right there. My
game says Marquez won the Grand Prix.
Lienel in 10th place is still a point, and at the moment it's one more than his teammate scored, but that is going to be frustrating for Lee after running in such a high position for what happened to him.
You know, these things happen in racing, and sometimes
definitely does.
You get lucky.
Left the session.
Sometimes you get lucky, like the Gort got lucky tonight, even though he was absolutely flawless and fast and faster than everyone else except Marquez, but he got lucky. He's got the win, and I think that was
a perfect result for
and a perfect
the
drive from him.
Fantastic, no mistakes from him. He defended as well as he could into it, and for the first time you don't see a German driver on the podium in a Mercedes suit. We see an English one, a British driver. It's Lewis Hamilton all over again. Is this going to be the start of something great for the Gort?
I really hope it is.
Fantastic drive. And I've got to say, I know that our drivers' day votes don't count, but the Gort, I think, deserves it. For just his commanding drive, though he didn't do the most overtakes.
Oh, that was a perfect win.
Definitely was. 3 different engines, 3 different teams, and 3 different drivers. But I believe that may or may not be the first fully British top 3 in Speed Force Racing.
Well, when I was racing, you know, I'm Hungarian. Oh, you mean that's the first?
Yeah. I think that is. So just running through quickly, the Gort in 1st, Maze in 2nd, Ollie P in 3rd, Honey Badger in 4th, That's Gamey Things in 5th, Smelly Badger in 6th, Marquez in 7th, Techno in 8th, Yuzi in 9th, sorry, and Stoffel Van Dorn, but that's Lienel in 10th. Now, that's let me try and work this out. That's Josh in 11th, that was Alan Kay in 12th, Chopper in 13th, not finishing the race. Chopper, though, not sure what happened to him, but the Gort. And Odems has put in the chat, rip me. So, I'm not sure what happened there. Gaming Things saying that his tyres were almost done. I tell you what, let's get these guys in here. Let's see what they have to say.
Odems had to clean the cooler.
The cooler? What do you mean?
He said the cooler.
Does he mean his beer cooler? We know that a lot of the fans here are football fans, and with the World Cup happening right now, I see a few people are getting a little bit tipsy. I am very unsure what he means by the cooler.
Maybe the fridge.
Yeah, probably the fridge. But look at that. Driver of the Day nominations open. The Gort already getting a Driver of the Day nomination. Oh, wow. So, the drivers that
Ollie
should be
P.
invited, Ollie P, TTL Mays, and the Gort. Hopefully, all three of them can join us.
Yeah. I've sent invites already. I've sent them out twice now.
Well, I am...
So I really hope you can do interviews.
If I don't, it will carry over to Japan, when I'll do interviews over there at a circuit which I do like, but yet I don't hate. He's gonna... Odoms is not happy that he's not got Driver of the Day, and we're not sure why. Hopefully over in Japan, Odoms. But you gotta say, Japan is a circuit which is very wheel heavy. It's the first sector is very difficult on a pad, as proven by last year. And actually, it was a crash at 130R that took me out of last year's race with Decadent, the then Silverstone winner, where arguably I should have won that race. Shh, don't want to tell that I'm bitter. And Linnell, just a quote from Linnell: I've got as much rhythm as a one-armed guitarist around Malaysia. And I've got to say, the explosion of votes for the Gort for Driver of the Day, we may have to bring back a pre-race chat just to try and see if we can get the Gort in here to chat with him for that, because that was fantastic. I don't think these guys will join us for podium chats. I think they're too off celebrating.
No one will, I think. So might as well just wrap up this fantastic race.
It was fantastic. And when you said a race with 13 people and a 50% race around Malaysia couldn't be exciting, send them a link to this stream.
Yeah, definitely.
So next week, potentially bringing back pre-race interviews to talk to the Gort if he will join us. And I think that will carry on to the rest of the season, at the end of the season, which I'd hope to do, but right now we've had a little bit of a hectic time, so we're going to attempt to bring them back in Japan. So, Japan, love it or hate it? You think you won that race, didn't you?
Yeah, I've won my first championship in Japan.
Yes, you did. You won the classic Grand Prix sessions, which was so difficult because Josh Fletcher, he got a puncture on the penultimate lap, and I was in a party with him. He was so tired. He was so sick of it. I think that was the point he almost retired because he was not happy with it.
Yeah, but, and also I won the Modern Grand Prix in the same week in Japan, so I really like Japan.
Japan is a good circuit, though I prefer driving Super GT cars around Japan. Can you tell who my favourite driver is ever?
Jenson Button.
Just a little bit.
Oh, man.
Definitely not planning a Jensen Button theme tattoo for all you people who are watching the stream at this point. So, Malaysia definitely delivered. Can Japan up it? We'll have to find out next week.
I think it still can.
Definitely can. Yeah, hopefully next week we'll be back to having a full grid. Hopefully next week, as Honey Badger gives us a wave by readying up repeatedly as a goodbye. So, until next week, ladies and gentlemen, goodbye.
Goodbye.